And just like that, we are back. As promised, we're going to be heading to circuit experience first, just to show you how easy it is to earn your credits. Well, not easy, I guess. It's one of the methods to earn credits. So as you can see above, we've only got 84,000 credits right now, and we are only collector level 3. We've just started story mode today. We've just completed a couple menu books, and like I said, we're only at 84,000 credits. So let's get this circuit experience completed, and let's see what we'll end up with in terms of credits. So you can see here, we've got 5 sectors and a 1 lap attack. So each of these sectors, you can either get gold, silver, or bronze. You finish each sector and you get a small payout for completing each sector based on what difficulty you completed on. Once you finish all the sectors, you're then able to do the 1 lap attack. If you get gold in everything, then you get the gold payout plus all the payouts associated with silver and bronze. So we'll probably be getting the gold by the end of this, and I'll show you what I mean by getting all the payouts. Let's just do sector 1 as an example. So you can see right there, it tells you that you get 3,000 credits for completing this sector under 29 seconds and 800 milliseconds. So if you complete that, you get the 3,000 credits. It actually doesn't tell you that you get the 3,000 credits plus the 1,800 and the 1,200. So let's give it a shot now. It actually gives you a demonstration, but we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to enter and adjust on the fly. Let's see what it is. A little bit wide there. Could have braked a little bit earlier. Some of these turns you just want to let the car roll through. So there's another time loss right there. Now look at that. Silver just like that, even though definitely there's a lot of time on the table. So let's just give that a retry. Brake a little bit earlier this time, turn in a little bit earlier, take some of that curving. The car is already set up better for this one. So we set up the car a bit better from the turn earlier, and we were able to get better position on the track to attack this complex over here. So a slight improvement. It's definitely still some time on the table. In that first left right hand turn section that we have there, I rolled through a little bit instead of getting the power right away. So now let's put everything together. So that run, I actually got a little bit excited there because the car had some grip and some power. Another slight improvement. Sorry, I just had to check one thing on my computer. And we're good. So we need about 2/10 here. Trying different lines, different entries, different exits. Definitely mount some of the curbing there, just so you have better car positioning for this next part. Get on the power as soon as you can. Bring the car back over to the right, so you can kind of get the inside here. And then stay on the left here, so you can kind of ride this curving over here. And then the reason you want to ride over that curving is so you can get the car straightened out and get on the power earlier. So now we just need to polish that up a little bit, and that should be gold. As you can see, there's many different things that go into your inputs and your car placement in order to get the fastest time possible. And then being able to consistently do that lap over lap is what separates the good racers from the best racers. So as you can see, just after getting a bit more used to the vehicle characteristics and the track layout, once you put it all together, it's very easy, or I shouldn't say easy, it's very possible to hit your goal times and get your higher credit payouts. Let's get rid of that replay. So as I said earlier, we got the gold payout for completing it in the 29.8 seconds, and we also got the silver and the bronze payout as well. So we got 6,000 credits there. And this one's completed, so now you just hit circle once, go to exit. That's another good thing in the Gran Turismo menu. If there's ever an exit option, instead of scrolling through everything, you can always just tap circle once and it takes you right to the exit. So when you exit this, it's actually going to take you to the next sector. So let's get the rest of these sectors done, and then we can try to put the whole lap together so we can get our credit payout. Let's give it a shot. This is a smaller sector, it's only 13 seconds. Definitely need to brake a little bit earlier there. We're gonna have to touch the inside apex curb there, or be very close to it, I believe. So that was already almost over, even though it was a bit of a mess up. I've got the braking zone on in the assist, just so everyone can see where the suggested braking zone is. I actually don't always use it. So there. We tried to make the apex like we said we missed in the last lap, or the last attempt, but the exit tightens up there on the outside. So we ended up on the grass because we weren't anticipating how much it was going to tighten up there. So even though it looks like we entered the corner decently, our exit was absolutely horrible. So sometimes you have to make your entry, you have to sacrifice the entry. Like right here, we'll brake a bit earlier, we'll aim at the apex here. And look, the reason we kept pushing there is because I was in the wrong gear. Now let's try the exact same thing, except I'm going to downshift one more time. One downshift? Let's get one more downshift in. Now look at that, we made it right to the curving. Get on the power, straighten up the car. And just like that. So the reason we had to go down one more gear there is because when you're in the lower gear, it's easier to rotate the car. There's a lot that we could talk about and discuss when it comes to finessing the transmission and what gear you're supposed to be in to go around the lap the fastest. It's a bit more in-depth. We'll cover that after. I'll just kind of give you a base explanation on each thing that I'm doing for now. But just from seeing these first two sectors, you can kind of get the idea. It's very important to have the proper entry and exit based on the type of car you're driving, based on the type of tires you have. And you have to kind of understand your car and the machinery you have a bit more to get the most out of it. For example, if I didn't know the purpose of the transmission, the purpose of the different gears, and how being in the correct gear helps you get to a turn, if I wasn't aware of that and I just blindly entered some of these challenges, they would be harder to get done, harder to understand what's going on. You need to have a bit of an understanding of your machinery and what you're driving if you actually want to use it to its full potential. You definitely can still drive it without being aware of what's going on, but it just adds another level of understanding to you and your driving. So this is a 20-second sector. Looks like it's just those curves there. And we were very close to goaling it just on one try. This one, you just want to kind of roll the car into this curb. You don't want to get too excited on the power. You want to make it past this curb over here and get your car straightened up before you get in the power. And look, we actually had enough power there, but because we didn't set up the turn correctly, we were not able to make the corner with the same amount of steering input that we had the lap before. The first attempt I did, I made the turn. Second attempt I did, I had the same amount of steering angle, but because I was going faster, I actually didn't make the turn. So let's make a minor adjustment. We're going to make a minor adjustment to our racing line, and we should be good. Just a little touch of brake here, get it to the curb, get the car turned, get it past this curving, on the power, carrying a lot of speed, and now adjust the line. Let's turn it a little bit earlier and use that curve. That was actually a bit too early. So we made the turn this time, but we actually got a little bit too early. So now we'll take this attempt and the attempt before, and we'll split it right down the middle, and we'll get a nice slingshot out of that turn with the ideal line, right to the finish line. One more time, get the car to this curving here. Be careful on the power here, get past this curving, back on the power. And I'll flick the car in, but a little bit, there we go, you want to cover that curve right there. So we made the proper line, but look at that, we tied our time exactly. I know where we missed the time here. It was in, not the first curbing, but the second curbing. I kind of rolled the car through there instead of getting on the power. Let's try one more time. Get it over to this curving, on the power. This is where I lifted last time by accident. Lift over here to get past the curbing, and now we set it up to flick it over to the right, flick it over. There you go. There you go. Easy half-second improvement, just by making sure you approach each corner properly. Sometimes you have to sacrifice one entry or one exit to get the next one correct, and it's up to you and your experience over time to figure out, do I need to have a better exit? Do I need to sacrifice my entry? What do I need to do to get around this as fast as possible? So this is another quick sector. It's only 13 seconds. It looks like it's just a hairpin. And we'll just casually goal that in the first try. Once you've got the muscle memory down and you understand what each car does and each set of tires does, you should be able to just get in and drive anytime. That's my goal for all of you, to just be able to, any car, any track, hop in and go fast. It's definitely possible. I was actually hoping that we could talk a bit more about this one, but we got it done in one try, so no point wasting time there. Even though that was just one hairpin turn, it is still a bit technical, but we'll cover that at a different time. So here, let's see. That first turn's flat. This one, if you approach it right, it could be flat. So that one, did not get off the gas pedal there. It looks like if we maybe turn in slightly earlier, we can make that turn without lifting. So let's try that one more time. This one, you can stay on the gas pedal. This one, let's turn a bit earlier, maybe. Yeah. So we did the exact same thing on the gas pedal as last attempt, except we turned in a bit earlier. This time we'll roll through, get to this curving here, get off the gas, get the car back to its inside. You know, this last turn, you just want a little touch of the brake and you just want to roll the car in. Like just a little touch of brake right there and now the car roll. So what happened there is we turned too late. If we kind of aim the car at the inside curving there a bit, then we can let the car wash out wide while we're rolling and we're going to stay on the track. So let's try putting it together one more time. Go wide here, turn in early, stay on the gas. Same thing here, go wide, turn in early. You just turn a little bit earlier there. It's all good though. No need to get upset. No need to rush. Just have some patience with yourself in the game. It's always possible. There we go. We made it. Stand on the brakes. Go down a couple of gears. Roll it over this curb. Get to this curb on the left. Get it to the curb on the right. Once the car's straightened out, get on the power. And like I said, just a touch of brakes and make it to the inside curving here. Touch of brakes, make it to the inside. There we go. Back on the power. And our first attempt, our first full attempt, I should say, we've got gold again. So it's kind of figuring out what the tires are capable of doing, the maximum amount of stress you can put through them, and just a matter of figuring out where to place your car on the track depending on which track you're on. Car placement, threading the needle, that's where all your time is. If you approach one corner incorrectly, then it kind of throws you off for all the following corners. So you do need to put the entire thing together consistently, and this is not even taking into account things like tire wear, tire temperature. That's a whole other thing to get into. But circuit experience is definitely one of the best ways to train yourself to drive fast and consistently, because as you've seen from the attempts we just did, there's different lines to take, different ways to get through each sector, but there's definitely a way to do it cleanly, a way to link each sector to the next sector, and there's a certain way you need to drive the car so that the front axle isn't just rolling over itself and you're not understeering all over the place. There's a certain amount of feel that you get in the steering wheel when you're driving. So let's try to put the whole lap together then. just trying to remember what we learned from each section in terms of car placement and which apexes we need to hit, which curbing we need to get. I remember this, we had to go down an extra gear to make it. And here we touch the first curb, touch the second curb, and get up the power for the third one. Make it to the first one. Second one as well. Little lift over here. And here we need to make sure we flick it to the right. Perfect time, that's good. Now the hairpin. Right there, that's good. That could have, maybe we could have braked a little bit earlier there, just so we made the apex on the inside of the hairpin. But let's see what it does to our time. Yeah, we're a bit wide here. I'm gonna have to lift a tiny bit over here. Did not lift enough. So what happened there was, I got a decent exit out of the hairpin, and I carried more speed into this section than I did during the previous sectors we tried. So I had more entry speed, and it threw my original racing line and entry point, it threw it in the bin because now my speed is different, right? So now, taking that into consideration, let's see if we can learn from it and get the lap together now. Not enough for gold. Well, it's 6 cents within gold. So just like that, we got gold. And you know what, let's just maybe check one thing. Actually, you know what, let's leave that for another day. Let's keep it moving. So we've got gold and everything. Let's pay attention to the credits above now at the top. So we started this with about 80,000 credits. I think it was 84,000 maybe. So we've made about 60,000 credits just from getting each sector done and the one lap attack. So now let's see what our payout is for getting gold and everything. And remember, I'm only level 3. We just started this game earlier today. Let's see what our credit count is after this. Yeah, there you go. As I said, we earned 60,000. Look, we got the gold, we got the bronze payout there, which is 160, and then we get the gold payout as well. So if you get gold, you get all of the payouts combined. And now let's have a look at our total. Look at that. We're still on the third menu book and we've got 1,000,000 credits. What we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna go buy the super formula right away. Oh, that's not Europe, sorry. There it is, super formula. Let's get that purchased. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or circle by accident. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Wow. Dude, we just went up 5 levels for purchasing that. I'm not sure if they meant for that to happen. Well. Okay. I wonder if that was in there. Oh. Okay. I wonder if that was in there. In their predictions, if someone's just gonna go from level 3 to level 8. You know, let's get in the car right now. We're not gonna drive it yet though. We'll be back shortly to drive it. Let's do one thing though. Yeah, Rupert, take a hike. Racing? Is it racing? Yeah. Oh, we've got the racing socks already. Game knows. We're gonna do one thing before we... Actually, you know what? Maybe we can just... My items, content search, yeah. Let's just have a quick peek. Yep, the community has been absolutely cooking for us. So, we're gonna end the live stream here. We'll continue later on. We'll start the live stream by selecting a library for our super formula. Just to get it into its correct character. Actually, we'll get a couple libraries going. No, you don't have to just stick with one. And then maybe eventually we can have not multiple libraries and one car. Maybe you can just have multiple cars, each with its own library. You know, since we've got millions waiting for us in circuit experience, it seems we got that 1,000,000 credit payout pretty quick. And we can do that for all the other tracks as well. So it's just a matter of when, not if. So like I said, we'll be starting our next live stream with a Super Formula library. And then maybe we'll have to hop on the Nürburgring right away. Do I even have it unlocked? That's another question. I don't think I have it unlocked. I may be creating plans here. Yeah, I don't have it unlocked. I'm creating plans here that actually can't even happen. Well, we can still start our next live stream with the Super Formula library. We'll get that on, and then I guess we'll have to go back to our menu books to keep progressing through the game so we can unlock the Nürburgring. Well, I was not expecting to go from level 3 to level 8 just by the purchase of one super formula, but that's apparently what happened, and that did speed through my playthrough quite a bit, but that's okay. Got plenty more to come, plenty more tracks, plenty more cars. Got a lot to do, a lot to unlock, a lot to earn, and I hope you're here to join me on this kind of random path that I'm deciding to try out, which is just live streaming my Gran Turismo gameplay. I do have a couple years experience playing this game, and I've only just kind of randomly thought, you know, maybe I'll live stream it to YouTube and see what happens, just because I'm playing by myself all the time anyways. Doesn't hurt to also upload it at the same time and, you know, just have a live stream open if anyone wants to join. Any questions or comments for me, I would love to answer them. But like I said, this is just kind of a random thing I started out of nowhere. And oh, look at that, the motor carriage. this is where it all started. That's the first car. There you go. I think we'll end it on that. We'll end it with the first car and Statue of Liberty. That's a great spot to end it. So like I said, we'll continue later with the Super Formula and libraries. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.